everyone, LuvlyMoonBunny here, and I am back with my Sailor Moon Create-A-Sim series, and today I'm going to be making Sailor Mars or Rei Hino, and I am so excited. Sailor Mars was really one of my favorites when I was little, and honestly I was really nervous about making her and about her features. I don't know why I was so nervous about trying to capture what I guess I thought she would look like as a sim. So when I started, I was really nervous about it, but I found some great pictures for inspiration, like on Pinterest and stuff. Once I actually started creating her, it came really easy. I actually feel like I took the least amount of time creating her than I did any of the others so far. I'm not sure why, but I really like how her features came out, and I think she looks really pretty. The one thing I wasn't sure about what to do for was her hair and her eyes, because if you guys ever read the manga or saw the anime series, you'll know that her hair is black, but it always has this like shine of a like purpley or bluish hue, and I think this is just something that normally animation cartoons do because it's easier than doing a solid black, especially when you have other dark backgrounds going on. So they always kind of put that color if you know a character has black hair, sometimes it'll have that tint to it. So I wasn't sure what to do for her hair and her eyes because I knew it was supposed to be black, but I didn't know if I wanted to have that tint of color to it or not. And I ended up going with kind of a tint of like a blue color, but it pretty much looks black. This was like an option that looked bluer than just solid black. So I did end up going with that. I think it looks really good. To me, like if you didn't know that it was tinted that color, I think you'd probably think it was just black. Also with her eyes, I went with a really dark brown color, and I think it looks really good. So I was super excited about creating her. Sailor Mars has fire powers, it's part of her powers, and I always thought that was super cool when I was younger. That's why I loved her so much, because I was like, who wouldn't love to have like a fire arrow to shoot at people? But she is really cool too, just outside of being Sailor Mars. She always was the one that to me seemed like she was the most grown up, or at least watching it now was trying to be the most grown up. And she was very passionate and determined and ambitious. And so when I went with her traits, those were kind of some of the ones that I went with. I went with ambitious. I also originally went with non-committal, which I ended up changing later on to unflirty, which you'll see when you see the spins later on. I changed it to unflirty because I didn't think non-committal really worked as well for her, because that is kind of not just for relationships, but with like business too, if you read the description of it. And I don't think that's her at all. I think that she's very ambitious. So but I do think unflirty, because she's not always, all of the other girls are always flirting and like going like goo over guys and stuff like that, and she's always the one that is not always too sure about it. She has her moments, but she's not like the others where she's like falling all over some guy that just walked in or something. So I thought unflirty fit for her. And I also went with hot-headed, because I just feel like when you're a very passionate person and a very ambitious person, sometimes that comes with being a little stubborn and a little hot-headed. And I think she is sometimes a little hot-headed, especially with Usagi, because she just seems to know how to get under her skin. So I really like the traits I ended up picking for her. I had a lot of fun creating her. I think I had taken a little bit of time to continue this series because I was a little nervous about creating her. I don't know why I felt like she was going to be harder for me for some reason, but once I actually started, it just seemed to be easier actually than the others. So I really love how she came out. I had a lot of fun with her clothes and her style, which always, like I said, she always seemed a little bit more grown up than everyone, and that kind of reflected in her style also. So I wanted to kind of reflect that in the clothes that I chose for her. I did a kind of mix between modern fashion on some of her outfits, and also throwbacks to some of the things she wore in the original anime, which are very 90s looking, but I did a mix. I did a few outfits that were kind of 90s looking and were inspired by outfits she actually wore in the anime, and then I also did some that just kind of had her aesthetic, I guess, that felt like something she would wear, but it has a little bit more of a modern take on it. So I really had a lot of fun dressing her, and I think you can tell because I did a ton of outfits for her. I did, I think, more than anyone else. So yeah, I really enjoyed creating her. It kind of made me remember how much I liked her character when I was younger. She was always one of my favorites, and I never really think about that a lot because now, as you guys know, Sailor Chibi Moon is like my all-time favorite, and I always talk about her, but doing this kind of made me remember all the things I really loved about Sailor Mars. So yeah, I had a lot of fun with it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Let me know who your favorite Sailor Scout is, and if you're excited to see the next one, which I'm pretty sure is going to be Sailor Jupiter. I'm super excited about doing it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Remember to hit the subscribe button and the little bell next to it so you're notified for my videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!